When you think about overland trucks, what is one of the most impactful things that you can throw on it? Stick around to find out.
Let's get started. I'm Hunter with Fox Overland.
My name's Rich with Fox Overland.
For you. The Shanty Chef Trophy. We're overlanding.
We are Swamp Fox Overland and Outdoor.
Welcome back to the channel. My name is Rich with Swamp Fox Overland and Outdoor, and we just received something that I haven't had on any of my trucks. Do you want to know what that is? Can you believe that I've never had an awning on my truck? Everybody else has. Jonesy runs one, Hunter runs one, Harrison runs one. I've never run one, but an awning is one of the most impactful things that you can have on your truck. Even on a regular day, what can you use an awning for? Duh, we live in South Carolina. It's hot as hell. So guess what? You use an awning for shade. Doesn't that make sense? More specifically, we use an awning for shade in places where it's a pain in the neck to put up an easy up tent. How much easier is it to park your truck in front of another truck when you're doing a bumper install? It's hot as hell in South Carolina, so you put the awning out and then you're working under shade. We've done that here. We've done that there. We've done that a few times, and it works like a charm. You wouldn't believe it. What else have we used an awning for? We've used it for events. You park your truck and that's where you live now. Boop. Awning comes out, super easy to put out, and then you've got shade. And then finally, for its original intended purpose, you use it while you're overlanding. You park, you want to have a nice lunch, you pop out the awning because it's blazing hot. But guess what? You have shade on the top of a mountain, and that's pretty cool. And that's exactly when we reached out to Openroad and said, hey, we want to partner with you again. We love your winch. We've installed your winch and we've run 2 of them. And now we want to try out your awning because I hear it's great. There's so many folks who run this awning and I got jealous and I wanted one, right? So we got this awning from Openroad. It is the driver's side 270 degree Openroad Trail Series awning. Let's check it out. It gives shade of 95 square foot, right? Which is a little smaller than some, but bigger than others. But the cool thing about the Trail Series is, instead of it being 60-ish pounds, this is 36 pounds. So it's a little lighter, it saves some weight on the truck, and the form factor is very similar. It's a little smaller an awning, so you don't have as much fabric to put up, but the downside is that it doesn't cover as much area. A comparable awning, the Adventure Series awning from Openroad, is about 110 square foot. So you lose about 20 some odd square foot, and that's okay. But for what we're using it for portability and going on top of the Wild Top, this makes a lot of sense. Let's see what's in the box. This box is naturally large, man. Awnings are pretty self-contained, so everything comes wrapped up really nicely. Here's the awning. And then you have mounting hardware that just fell on the ground. And naturally, like every good company, they give you a correction sheet. Where in the hell is my sticker? So in the correction sheet, it goes over several different types of installation. I have crossbars without T-slots, so I'm going to follow number 2. And then inside it also talks about ways to store it. And then, if you happen to buy the extra sidewall. And of course, there's a warranty. You may want to keep this book handy. You get 2 mounting brackets. Of course, you get the awning. And then, you have to give yourself a lesson on how to open it. but the zippers seem pretty nice. Inside, there's a bag. What you got in that bag? Inside the bag, you get the LED light control. You get tie-down straps to secure it open whenever you open the awning. And then they got a baggie of hardware. Go figure, there's plenty of hardware here. But the only thing that I don't have in here at this point is U-bolts. And I need U-bolts. But wait, there's more. There is another bag. And this bag contains stakes and guy lines. Whenever you're in a windy situation, don't just depend on the tie downs to tie it open. Go ahead and put the feet on the awning down and then guy it out to make sure that it stays secure. Also, if it's really that windy, maybe you should consider not having the awning open. Safety first. Something that I'm not sure that you noticed when I opened this thing was that everything is secured in here very nicely. You've got these really nice Openroad branded straps that hold the awning shut so that when you shut it, then it's easy to zip up and put away. Otherwise, your fabric's just flapping in the wind and then it's a pain in the neck to put away. Great job, Openroad. And then you've got this really nice black cover and some Openroad branding. For my specific application, the bracket's gonna sit like this, and then the awning sits up against it, right? So you have the bar to the wild top, and this is going to sit on top of that bar, and then you've got U-bolts that are going to secure, and then one bolt that goes directly through the wild top bar itself, and that is going to be super duper secure. But I gotta make a run to Ace Hardware, so I'll be right back.
Install day in the rain.
We're gonna get this install started, but first, in order to get started, you need some tools, right? So we have our electric ratchet and a 17mm deep socket so that we can get the bolts off the wild top, specific to our application. And
You need a 10mm crescent wrench and a 13mm crescent wrench that Openroad actually provides as part of the hardware that comes with it.
let's get started.
Let's not lose the stuff. So what we're gonna do is actually take our bracket. These are designed to mount on the top of your load bars, and the awning mounts to the side of it with the supplied hardware. With this guy, because there are these big bolts that come down to attach our rails to our frame, we're taking that bolt out. We're gonna lay this up where we kind of want it to go, and we're going to push this guy all the way through to reattach it. The only problem we're running into right now is these guys do come off. They come out really easily, but they're really thick bolts. They're actually too thick for the holes in the Openroad bracket, but since they have a knob on the end and we don't want to put the bracket on top of that, we want to put it under it, we're going to just drill out the mounting brackets just a tiny bit just to fit this big old bolt into it. Just to get that guy through. Almost. Tiniest bit more. All right, let's check that. Hit it from the other side. Probably good.
Probably good.
So now, this big bolt can drop right through. Beforehand, it was just a little bit too tight. So we just made that a bigger hole, and we're all set to go. And this one was entirely unnecessary because this is the wrong side. It's only on the driver's side. The awning's not going on the back like that. So, whoops, mistakes were made.
Now that we've got the bolts back in, we need to tighten them up. So wrench on the bottom, ratchet on the top.
It's not our cleanest install. We lose some of this bracket to put some U-bolts down. We only have this one bolt, so we want to make sure to do some U-bolts to actually attach it together. But it is a super tight fit, so ignore the hammering.
With where those U-bolts are sitting and how tight they are, There's no way this thing is moving. Stable!
Because we widened it up a little bit to get around this guy, it was doing this number on the bottom. So I just grabbed a wrench, squeezed it up a bit, and then we'll tighten this down. It should bring this down a good bit and lock it in pretty well. So we're going to do that again on this side. Using a little redneck ingenuity, grabbed our channel locks. Just kind of get it around the threads. Squeeze it just enough to fit that in there. Once that's in there, you put your nut in the end, and then we'll tighten them up, and that'll get flush up on the bar as we tighten it up more.
We have pulled out every tool in my arsenal in order to get this done. But sometimes,
well, this might actually be a 14. Now we got every tool.
Now we got every tool. Ratcheting wrenches.
There you go.
Sometimes we just have to persuade.
I just had to get past where we hammered it through, and the end of the threads were a little mushy, might be the word. So now that we have this guy up here, the reality is most of the pressure is going to be from the actual thing going to the frame, but this will be our feel good about ourselves thing.
Remind me when we get to the end of this to shake on it and say, that ain't going nowhere.
I would recommend the way we have this set up, because more pressure gets applied and the more this wiggles around, this is going to come down more. I would recommend in a week or so, or a couple days, just come in here with the wrench and just tighten it up. Oh shit, I do not believe that's going anywhere. I moved your whole truck, so I think that's pretty solid. Yeah, at this point, this is more likely to take out the framing part that connects the actual wild top to the inside of the truck bed. So, well done, guys. Well done. Can you hand me the hammer, please?
Yeah. Use force! But more surface area at this point.
Well, I just didn't want to miss and hit my hand. The bolts and where'd our redneck tool go? Our
Channel locks?
channel locks.
Not up here? Not up here?
Oh, they are. They are.
Oh, they are?
They're. It's only the second time we've done that.
We keep losing tools for no reason, but we know that they're all in the vicinity of the truck. So, you know, that's typically how an install goes, yeah?
This actually worked out really well. We didn't spend any time off camera trying to make this work. We made it wide to get around the big bracket. We can come over here and just go squeeze, and then make it less wide to put the nut on it. And then as soon as we start screwing it down, it'll square up. Now the longer, arduous process of just tightening everything down. Oh, there, see, now just hand spin, and then start tightening. Oh, now hand spin. Now start tightening. Oh, now hand spin. It's not going anywhere, man. Nope, not today, not ever.
No, 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 not today.
We're just gonna put our 17 socket in the bottom and our 17 auto ratchet in the top. Get that guy nice and tightened. And again, that's not going anywhere.
So the next step, and what makes this really easy, is on the back side of the awning, you've got T-slots. So you slide these in, and they stay loose until we tighten them down and mount them up to our brackets. So you'll do 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom, on each side.
4 and 4.
4 and 4.
We're just gonna, you get yours lined in, I'll get mine lined in.
So right now, we're getting the nuts and the washers onto the bolts that mount to the brackets. Pretty simple process. Get the 4 bolts, washer down first started, and then the nuts go on, and then you can tighten up. So now that we've gotten these started, we're going to tighten everything up.
Rich has the cool tools, and I'm stuck with this guy. Yeah, I'm just gonna wait. It's like, he did that so fast. Yep, and that's tightened. Man,
Check the tightness on all your bolts. Make sure that it's nice and tight. We're not using a torque wrench because we're not that fancy.
All right.
That ain't going nowhere.
That ain't going nowhere.
Now, we've got the awning set up, bolted on the truck, and it ain't going nowhere, right? Let's crack it open.
It is time.
It is time. So, crack her open. A little Velcro strappies. I really like how they did that. And then, whee!
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that's pretty.
The one thing I will say about this automatically is I have the full size 270 from OBS. It involves one side opening and another piece coming out this way. This is a single person, you just grab and go. You don't have to come back around here and grab the other side. This is fantastic.
This is fantastic. I'm really excited. It's got 4 stand-up bars that are attached, and you just pull them down. There they be. And that can be your support. And then, of course, we've got guy lines and all kinds of stuff. But we're under an awning. We're under an awning.
It was supposed to rain today.
It was supposed to rain today, and we got this in.
Heck yeah.
So, you'll use a strap here to tie to whatever point is going to hold it open. But we have a 270 awning on the truck, and that's pretty dope.
Okay. There you go, this guy. There you go.
Boop. So one of the coolest things about this awning is this little pouch right here. It's a switch. Why do we have switches? Because we have integrated lights in the awning. Check it out. You have 4 USB-Cs, and they connect here, 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 and here. And then this connects to a power bank of some sort, which we can do.
Heck yeah, we're going to do that.
Because that is what powers the lights on our awning. This is why I have this handy dandy Lashitty DC box that's plugged into my entire power system. Because of moments like this. Now, Hunter hit the switch.
Boop. Oh, snap. Oh, that's cool. There's nothing there. It's definitely just, it's integrated. There's no bolt-on piece. It means it might be more difficult to replace if you need it, but it's LEDs. They're going to last forever. That's awesome. I do like that they send you the adapter with just one piece. Because mine, I'm sure, I haven't really checked it. I haven't really used my lights. But there's it's a proprietary plug, like a barrel plug. And this is just USB-C. So like, boop, boop. And when you get done, you just pop those off, put this entire thing in a bag or put it next to your battery stuff. And you're ready to rock out with lights when you're ready.
And because it's just a USB on the other end, you can hook it up to a power bank. You can hook it up to a random battery that takes USB-A. It's really versatile. I just happen to have it plugged into what I've got in the truck. Super dope. I like that.
So Rich, how's it feel having an awning, joining the shaded people?
It's kind of nice to have some shade. That's kind of dope. Openroad, this is awesome. It's a really great addition to the truck. Thank you guys so much for being part of our build. And if you want to check out Openroad, check the link in the description. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope this was helpful. We'll see you on the trail.
Later.
Thank you for taking the time to watch this episode. If you like what we're doing out here, please be sure to like and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell to be reminded that we're out here. And, as always, we are Swamp Fox Overland and Outdoor. Until next time.